Hello and welcome everyone to episode 3 of Wanderlust in Wildemount. It's a great day to party, cause it's my birthday. So we're just gonna go around, we're gonna say who we are, who we're playing, and then play some D&D. I, myself, will be playing Wendell Eustace Abernathy, Lucius Throckwaddle Hossenpfeffer IV of the Haversham Hossenpfeffers. Warlock, nobleman, philanthropist, budding author. The list of titles grows longer and longer, much like some other things might in this campaign. We will see, though. Someone who I see, and I love to look at their face, would be, Nogatosaurus. Somebody turned off their cameras and all the things got shifty on the overlay again. It's fine. I will fix it.
Hi, I'm Nogatosaurus. I'm not playing Harlan Flipcloak. I'm playing Hal, the shifter fighter / paladin, yes. Who, just, had a marvelous trip on a skyship and is now in a city that's new, but not new to her. So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Fantastic. We're just gonna popcorn about today because I'm feeling crazy. Harlan Flipcloak, how are you? Besides muted.
Yes, that's me. I am playing Harlan Flipcloak. I'm a wizard, and one of my preferred spells is silence.
True.
Anyways, I'm happy to be here and can't wait to play.
Woohoo! Speaking of can't wait to play, Shiny Pilot.
Yep, Shiny Pilot 206 is going to be playing Igor. He's a hunchback, lovable dote of a butler to Wendell. So yeah, let's play.
Let's play Producer Trev.
Let's play Producer Trev, the home game. How's it going? Lindy, they say it's your birthday.
It is. I'm a whole year older than the last time we played.
I know. I have to look up the footage of a year ago when I wished you happy birthday, so I'm good to do it again. Happy birthday. Thank you so much for letting me play this game with all of your amazing friends. Hi, Producer Trev here. I'm playing Lamont Quinlan, the Kalishtar rogue. He does not sleep, he dreams. He's just idiosyncratic. In kind of a 90s music video sort of a way. Back to you.
Back to me, and I will hand it over to our illustrious Dungeon Master, Deception Check.
Hi, I'm Deception Check. I'm playing the human male Dungeon Master this evening. I'm not sure how well I play that particular class, but I'm having fun with it. We'll see how it goes in tonight's game. Welcome to Wanderlust in Wildemount. This is the world of Exandria by Matthew Mercer and the people over at Critical Role. It is a wonderful place, and our players are inhabiting it quite well. Last week, we finished up with the aftermath of the celestial invasion aboard the Pride of Amon with Wendell, Hal, Nezrin, and Igor. And they eventually arrived, and that's where we ended last session, as they stepped off the ship and found the Seneschal of the Wassern Manor waiting to hand them a piece of parchment. Looks like an invitation of some kind. We'll find out what that is in just a moment. Lamont and Harlan arrived 2 days early due to an interesting effect of Harlan's new ship. We're not sure how well it went because it did end up blowing up pretty much all of the windows in the port of Damali, or at least along the wharf. And they were about to be arrested and fined thousands of gold for the damages. And upwards of 6 months in jail for the damages, according to the rules and laws of the Clovis Concord. But thankfully for the timely intervention of a particular Merchants Guild leader, they are now under house arrest at his lovely palatial manor in the Crescents on the top of the hill of Port Damali, while he tries to convince Harlan to sell his product, the ship, to him for a sizable amount of golden power. So instead of jumping in there, because we know how that's going to go, let's walk over there to our friends at the Sky Spire Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckwaddle, Hassenpfeffer the Fourth of the Havisham Hassenpfeffers, Hal, Nezrin, Wasserin, and Igor. As you step off the ship, you see the Seneschal of the Wasserin Manor, Sintressa. She is a severe-looking, pale red fire ganassi with brilliant red hair that almost glows with heat. She's dressed formally in the style of Nezrin's house staff, which, what does Nezrin's house staff dress as?
So they wear just very, like, simple but extremely elegant. Like black pants and a red, like, form-fitting shirt kind of thing.
All right, and she's dressed likewise. She's standing there with a letter for Nezrin, waiting for her to walk over. Nezrin sees her and nods, walks over, grabs the letter, cracks the seal, and takes a look at it. She kind of gets a funny look on her face. Hal, dear,
Yeah.
would you take a look at this?
Sure.
And she hands you that letter that I just put in the Roll20.
Oh God, it's so small. Okay, hold on.
It's the text should be at the bottom.
That's a name.
So Hal reads it. What are you doing, Wendell?
Don't read her thoughts while she's reading it, because that might be perceived. I'm taking in the sights. I just had a terribly productive and also relaxing airship voyage that had a satisfying conclusion to one of my enemies. What to penetrably cross a name out of my book. It was very satisfying.
I imagine so. You're standing on a platform off of a thin spire about 250 feet over the city of Port Damali, high enough that you start seeing some of the curvature of the world, looking out over the Osmond Sea and down into the city itself with its bright light, the bright glowing colors, reds and greens and yellows, banners flying, tarps and coverings over roads, people milling about. It's rather a vibrant city. It's a bright, beautiful day.
All I see are potential converts. It's a good day.
There are many. Igor, how do you feel up there?
What I feel right is rain. Probably following the monster around. See what I need.
All right. Nezrin looks at you, Hal, expectantly.
What day is it?
Today is the 11th
Okay.
of Undalar,
Okay.
8/25.
So, and I don't recognize the name of this person.
Marquise Olesa Lapidus.
That or the grand
Okay.
whatever.
Okay. Marquise Olesa Lapidus is the ruler of Port Damali.
Okay.
Very popular person. She's under a little stress right now due to some political dealings that she's having to interact with. But for the most part, she is a well-loved ruler.
Okay.
Nezrin knows the Merchant Guild leader, Theodore Hargraves Elliot Maximilian Anders Nouveau, also known as the Man. So knows that he is the leader of the guild of merchants, and any work that she does will be going through them for her import-export business. So she has had dealings.
Okay, yeah. This is certainly something. Did you know there was going to be a party?
I had no idea. I mean, we weren't even sure when we were coming back exactly, so I really couldn't plan for something like this. So
I understand like why they would invite you and like me, just because I generally come with you to these things, but I don't know why they'd invite Wendell and Igor, or how they even know Wendell and Igor are here.
Well, I mean, she kind of looks around because she's kind of new to this whole skullduggery sort of thing. She leans in close. She's like, we know that the Clockwork Council is active in this the social society of Port Damali.
Right.
Um,
Do we know if he or the Marquis is a part of it?
I don't believe the Marquis has anything to do with it, and I've not seen from the people we've met anything to do with Mr. Nouveau. So
But they could have put our name in. Yeah.
I don't know, but the Marquise is also very well versed in the things that go on in her city.
Right.
So perhaps she's done her research.
It's probably a smart idea to go, right?
Well, if we're in town and we're not there and we've been invited, it would be very bad for my business.
Yeah, and
for
rude.
us socially.
Okay. I guess we're going to a party. Hey, Wendell, Igor.
Yes.
So we've all been invited to a masquerade ball on the 13th.
Oh, how delightful.
You guys want to go?
But of course.
Okay. Igor?
Do we need to get any special clothes or gifts or
Yes.
anything?
Not
Special clothes, masks.
Yeah, special gifts. Do we know if it's like tradition to bring the host like a gift?
In
heard
Port
it.
Damali and the Marquesian, the Menagerie Coast, it is normally expected to bring a small gift. It's not supposed you don't want to bring an opulent gift because then you're trying too hard. You don't want to be a bad gift because then you're not trying hard enough. It's one of those things you kind of have to guess what's the middle ground.
Okay.
You also know that masquerade balls of this type are just fine dress with a small mask.
Okay.
That's the extent of it.
All right. Yeah. So we'll have to bring some kind of gift and
Oh, simple. We'll bring a bottle of my wine.
yeah, that's probably fine. And then we'll have to get like masks and shit.
What do we need this shit for?
Shit doesn't things in general.
Oh, masks and things.
Yeah.
While you're talking,
Kind of word there.
Centressa is like,
Igor takes things literally, so I like to clear things up.
Yes.
might we make our way to the manor now? It's rather drafty up here, and I'm worried about the lady's health.
He looks healthy to me. Are you sick?
There's
Yes. How?
Are you ready to go? Apparently
Well,
we're concerned for your health.
But it's nice to know that you're concerned, Centressa. Please
I'm
lead the
not
way.
concerned. Fucking Hal just starts muttering as I walk.
Centressa just kind of smiles in your direction and then leads forward.
Hal does not like Centressa.
No, you guys have not gotten along the
Yeah.
entire time. You've been, and it's not really. It's just silly stuff. It's like you know that she knows it bothers you, so she does it because she can get
Yeah.
away with you.
Yeah.
So she leads you down the spire. It's a long set of stairs. There is a dumbwaiter system. Not really dumb, but
A smart
cargo
Igor system?
yes. A cargo system that can take you down if you care to use it, but it is not the fastest.
Mm. Well,
Okay. So as you're heading down the stairs, let's check back in with our other two companions that have not seen Wendell or Igor or Hal in some time.
I would
Yes?
have sent ascending with my book because I can do that for free. I would have
Okay.
written to Harlan saying, "We've arrived in Port de Marley. Let us know when you've arrived as well. Hope your journey's going well."
Yes, because you know they left a day after you.
Yes. So that's what Harlan would receive as ascending.
Okay, so Harlan, you received that at this moment.
Can I reply to that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So you're in your rooms. It's the next morning. You've been in the manor of Mr. Nouveau for an entire evening. And then you receive this message at about 10 in the morning.
I and our fine companion, Lamont, well, we've already arrived in the city. He stowed away on my ship and caused a lot of damage.
That was fast. Your travels were expedient. unsurprising about the Lamont news. So I'm glad he's with you. I wasn't sure how else he was going to get here or the news thereof.
With me is relative. He's around.
Everything with Lamont is relative. But you are, well... How Igor, myself, and Nezrin have... waiting for our luggage. We're at the Sky Tower.
Well, I suppose we're as well as could be. We are guests in the philanthropist's mansion at this point.
Philanthropist mansion.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Quite.
Unless they're, in air quotes, a philanthropist.
They, actually, he's much like you. I think you'd like him.
I'm not sure how I should take that. Howell believes she's found a good place for the key to our inn. Would you two care to meet us at the Crescent Acorn? Lunch?
I'll speak to our benefactor about it.
All right. I'll message again in about an hour.
He'll walk out and say...
All right. You step out of your rather large, comfortable room into a hallway. You know, across the way, Lamont's there, but you imagine he's probably still abed at this point. There is a bustle of servants running every which way. There seems to be somewhat of a clatter going on throughout the manor. You know they are preparing for the ball coming in a couple days.
Where can I find the head of the house?
A small half-elven woman stops. Yes. He's in the main ballroom overseeing the decorations and meeting with some Merchants Guild members.
Oh, that's just great.
It's just that way, sir. Just follow this hallway and then take a right. Can't miss it.
Wonderful. I'll head that way.
She bows as you walk away.
Don't pay attention.
The hallway, it's marble floors, light-colored stucco, like plastered walls with great paintings, live plants planted in vases or placed in vases all around. Opulence incarnate.
It's a waste of resources.
Of course. You find your way into the grand ballroom. It is a massive space. You see a stage is being set up on one end. There are silk decorations being hung all over the place in the purples and golds of Mr. Nouveau's house colors, if you will. There are many people setting up tables and chairs and places all around the outside. You see there are 2 sets of doors on the right and the left of the ballroom. You think there are separate parlors attached to the ballroom. They're also being worked on. But in the center of the room, next to an exhibit of some kind, an easel with a large golden disc on it, stands Mr. Nouveau and 3 other people. There is a human in fine working clothes that are very clean. There is another younger human male standing and talking with Mr. Nouveau. He's very light-skinned, sandy kind of hair. And then there is a dark-skinned, like black colored elf. You think it might be a drow of some kind, wearing dark silks, like good quality working dress clothes. And they're all talking.
Well, I'll walk close enough to hear, but stay out of their conversation until they're...
You get close enough where you think you can hear them, and you see their mouths moving, but you hear no sound.
All right. Well, I'll wait there as long as he notices me there.
You see Mr. Nouveau kind of look up and just nod at you and just put one finger up. Remember, he is the, he is larger than life, you could almost say. He is medium height, very dark skin with graying at the temples, well-kept hair, gold loops and studs, chains, wearing lots of purple and gold silk robes that are just real flowing and comfortable. You're not even sure if he's wearing shoes this morning because it's his house. He just looks very comfortable. And after a moment, you see the drow man just wave his hand. I'm sorry, her hand. My bad. And now you can hear, Mr. Flipcloak, please come over. I have people for you to meet.
Oh, I love meeting new people.
I can tell. Come on. Now look, everyone. This is the person I was telling you about. Harlan Flipcloak. I want you to meet Shipwright Faradin Smith. That's the human merchant to find clothes. That Harridan here owns the best shipyards in the Menagerie Coast down by around Nicodranus. He can mass produce your ship. We already went and visited it this morning, walked around on it. He's very, very excited about it. This young man right here represents a new up-and-coming import and export factor here. He is named James Dubois, and he represents the Wasserin Import-Export Service. It's very new. They are deep pockets, a well-respected name in most places, at least has been, but close enough. And I'm sure that since Miss Wasserin is kind of new to the thing, we can probably manipulate her a little bit better for better deals. But, hey, what's a few points here and there between friends? And he pats the guy on the back. You see this kid is just not putting up with it. He's just like, and then last but not least, this lovely vision here is Trade Factor Elix Synthil of the Kryn Dynasty. She represents the Merchants Guild of the Kryn Dynasty and brings the possibility of opening trade between Tal'Dorei and the Kryn Dynasty for the first time ever. We can bring both sides of the world together and think of all the exotic trades we can make with the Kryn. No, don't think of that. Think of all the money we can make from the exotic trades with the Kryn. And all we have to do is create a fleet of flying ships from your design. Isn't that wonderful?
So very exciting.
They're all nodding along, smiling back at you.
Create us such great wealth, I am assured.
Well, that's the idea. Well, Faradin, you had some questions for Mr. Flipcloak? This is that human merchant to find working clothes that are very clean. He walks over. He's like, well, I'm looking at your ship, and I mean, I can deal with wood and all, but how do you think to get past the mass production phase of these balloon things of yours? I mean, I looking at the stitching and the way you've got them attached. I mean, we could do the metal work and the design of the main ship. And I got to say, there's some really interesting things you've done with some of the connection points there. I've never seen them quite handled that way, but I don't know how we'll approach that balloon part.
That model was never intended to be mass produced.
Oh, that's a prototype. Oh, how close are you to getting to finalizing your design? Everybody perks up and looks over.
There's still some testing to be done. It could take months.
Oh, well, we could probably expedite that with an infusion of cash from the Wasserins and the Kryn Dynasty. I mean, if you can focus on this, we could probably get something going in a month or two. I mean, if that's what you're working on. I mean, I'm ready to really invest heavy on this because, being able to make our own skyships and not having to buy those stupid crystals. And this just goes on. They're all throwing questions at you, Harlan. And you're standing in the middle of this 4-point star of hell.
Yes.
Right now for you.
I will answer every question that comes that I can.
I feel like the little sign goes up and says 1 hour later, and then just like, soon! Are we meeting you up for lunch? That's just.
See, I have to meet my friend for lunch.
Before you get to that,
Mm-hmm.
as you're standing there talking, you start feeling a pull of magic, strong magic, old magic, from that golden disc on the easel next to Mr. Novu.
What is this object here?
Oh, that. That is probably the seed capital for our entire endeavor with your skyships. That is a new find from some of the people I know. We'll be selling it at the auction house very soon. It was uncovered in some crazy ruins from back at the time of the calamity. No one knows what it says on it. No one knows what it is, but it is old and it has magic. That means it's worth, well, I'd say its weight in gold, but it is made of gold, so it's worth 10 times its weight in gold.
Well, it's
When you look at it, it is a 2-foot diameter, 3-inch thick golden disc. It looks lighter than it should for its weight. Every surface of the disc is covered in runes you have never seen before, each one more intricate than the last. In the center is a 6-inch hole that goes right through, and on the rim of the hole are runes that look like they were cut in half. So either this hole was made after it was created, or it was designed with this hole in place, and those runes might connect to something else.
okay. I was picturing just a giant coin.
No.
Like
But
think like a
not
giant like a the yen with the square cut out of it that's got all the runes on it.
Right,
But
but
huge.
it's a circle and it's huge.
Hmm.
And it is radiating power to your senses. Do you touch
where
it?
was it found again? Yes, sure. Why not?
Oh, you touch it?
Sure.
Okay. All right. When you touch it,
That's the answer.
your eyes cloud over for a moment.
Oh.
You feel like you're being pulled away. Suddenly you're standing in front of an obsidian wall. On that wall is a upside down triangle. It is large, larger than the circular disc you've seen. But in the middle of the triangle is a hole the same size as the hole that goes through the disc. And from behind the obsidian wall, you hear a voice, one you've heard before in some of your other dreams, saying, "Help me escape." And then you're back. You were never you never left. It was just some sort of vision that you saw. And as you sit there thinking about that, let's check back in with Lamont Quinlan, because he just woke up from his late night bed, his early morning bed. Lamont, you're muted, Lamont.
Lamont emerges from his room.
All right. It is well after 10, getting closer to 11 at this point in the day.
He's dressed, showered, talc, little aftershave. He's maybe clean shaven, and goes just the goggles and goes downstairs.
Okay, well, you're on the main floor.
Oh,
On the main floor, you're in a hallway. It seems like there's a bustle of activity all around you. There are servants hanging gold and purple banners and silks from the walls. You're surrounded by the opulence of a very expensive abode. You're in a long hallway, and you see that in front of you there is a much larger room ahead, and servants going everywhere.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir. How might I help you?
Yeah. Yes. Hi.
Hello.
The buffet or the breakfast. Where do I go now that I'm done in here?
Oh, well, you could speak with one of us to have meals served to you in your room. If you don't want to have meals served in your room, then we can just I can show you where the kitchens are.
You'll bring it to me in here.
Yes, sir. I'll bring it to you right there. Or if you'd like to eat outside today, just please tell me where you're going and I'll bring you your meal there.
No, I don't want to go outside.
It's a fine looking day today, sir, if you consider.
Nope, bring it all to me. Bacon and eggs, coffee, the latest reading material, local.
Oh, we have some broadsheets here this morning.
Broadsheets, yes, the most recent ones of those, and cheesecake, like a cheesecake, your finest, something sweet.
Of course, sir. We'll have that for you in a moment.
And Lamont tips him. Lamont produces a small coin purse and tips him a small but generous gratuity.
He puts his hands up and goes, "Thank you, sir. But as an employee of the manor, we are covered completely by Master Nouveau. Gratuity is not necessary. But thank you for considering us."
All right. And he replaces his coinage and steps back into his room and gently shuts the door and then quietly under his breath says, "Asshole."
Okay, it is
Okay,
Lamont.
yeah, that's a Lamont.
I was worried there. Fingers or something.
All right. So as you're waiting for breakfast and Harlan is being interrogated by 4 businessmen wanting his secrets, let's head back to Nezrin, Wasserin, Hal, Igor, and Wendell as you exit at the foot of the Sky Spire, and you see in front of you a small, nice carriage. The footmen are wearing the black and red of House Wasserin. Sinestra steps up, opens the door, and says, "We have footmen ready to gather your things when they arrive. We'll bring them to the manor when they're done. Please enjoy your trip. I will oversee the gathering of your things."
Wonderful. And he will step inside the carriage after Nezrin and Howl enter because they are ladies.
Mm-hmm. Igor, do you ride inside or outside?
You ride on the outside.
Okay. The footmen are kind of look at you strangely, but they don't question it.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
So Hal, Nezrin, and Wendell, you're inside. It is a well-appointed carriage, but nothing special. Hal, you know this one, and this is the house carriage. It's just a 2-horse around town carriage sort of thing. It's nothing like the 6-horse menagerie that you have at the Grayskull Shadow Inn. But then again, it's not about being opulent. It's about getting through the streets. And as you leave, you see that the streets are packed with people. Hawkers are selling things on most corners. Even in the nicer sections of the Gilded Esplanade, it is still just flowing with people. There are rivers that go through that are crowded with ships carrying freight and products, silks, and wines and foods of all types, peppers and fruits and things that you would imagine would be found. Anything you could want can be found on the streets of Port Damali in some way. After a while of cutting back and forth through the winding streets of Port Damali, on a slight incline, you make your way to the front of Manor Wasserin. It is a simple 3-story building. It is brightly colored in the way of the buildings around you. But as you look, you see that there's not one architecture here, not like in Mon, where everything has been rebuilt in a style that is symbolic of the tough nature of the Ammonians. Here, you see every type of building. There are the stuccos of Marquette. There are some of the stranger tiered buildings of the Kryn dynasty. You have the very severe stone buildings of the Dwendalian Empire. You've got even some of the timbered and slate buildings of Tal'Dorei that you're familiar with. It is a hodgepodge, as is the people who live here. And as you walk inside Wasserin Manor, you are now in a very comfortably appointed, airy, warm house.
Do we know when the other two are getting here?
I messaged Harlan, about probably 45 minutes ago. I was going to message him again after an hour. He's staying at some philanthropist's house, he said.
Wait, he's here already? How is he here
yes,
already?
I assume that this ship he built must be rather good. And Lamont's with him. Well, as with him as Lamont ever is with anyone. So they are here. I was discussing potentially meeting them up for lunch at that inn you had scouted.
Oh, yeah.
Thought that might be a good way to get everyone all together. He said he had to go talk to the master of the house or something of that nature. I'll message him again in a bit. I do, however, have finished the first several chapters of my book, and was wondering if you wanted to give it a read over. You or and Nezrin, of course, you're welcome to read the first draft as well if you like.
Yeah.
Nezrin pops up. I'd be very interested to read your book. I didn't know you were that much of a writer.
Oh, it's just something I've started recently. It's a new hobby, you could say.
You are a man full of surprises. I've heard of your works at the orphanages and the workhouses that you've done. And I've heard rumor that the Hassenpfeffer winery is open for business again.
It is indeed, and he'll pull out a bottle of wine. Because Wendell, it's not smooth all the time. He is smooth sometimes. Like, yes, and of course I brought a bottle as a gift for
That was uncalled for. You're all like family. You're family to Hal. That means you're family to me. But thank you very much. Is this one
Stares Wendell down.
Is this one of your older bottles? This is an 800?
Well, I brought a variety of vintages, you know.
I've heard of the 800. It's quite valuable back home. It's even more valuable here.
It's quite good. Only the best for someone so close to Hal.
Well, I mean, it's good, but it's no diamond plum wine.
Ugh. Well,
Oh, please, you know.
well, I'll have to sample it here and see what I can do about future bottles of horse.
We have a few bottles of diamond plum here. They're much cheaper here than in Amman, so...
Really? Well,
Yes.
in that case, I will have to do much sampling and perhaps write down a few... Maybe we'll have a few experimental barrels this year.
My mother used to import them at great expense.
Ah.
Once a year, she'd get a cask, and it was just absolutely ridiculous, the prices.
I can only imagine, he says, having not been able to import anything for quite some time.
Igor, have you followed your way in, or are you still with the carriage?
Igor decided he was going to wait outside and kind of get a feel and schmooze with the other butlers, you know,
Oh.
being a
Okay.
little more sneaky about it.
Okay, so while they're inside and you're hanging out with the footman of the carriage, what do? You're just following them,
Well-
shadowing them?
Igor kind of, you know, with the carriage and myself, you guys ride here often.
Yes, sir. Are you a new servant here? You're not in the proper livery. Why are-
I'm what you might call like a head butler, you know, inspector type, and I'm here with off the ship that just came into port here.
Oh,
Give
for Master Hassenpfeffer.
Oh yes, Master Hassenpfeffer.
Oh, well.
I liked your carriage ride. It was quite smooth. You have to share with me how it does that. Ours is pretty bumpy back home.
The roads here are well worn. We just stay in the ruts, and you don't have the bumps. It's all about proper driving
Genius.
technique.
Like that. That's beautiful. Look, while I'm out here, do you get to go inside and enjoy much of the party yourself?
No, when we're working, we are working, and when we're not working, we're home with our families.
Perfect. You are very dedicated.
It's a job. It's well paying, and the Wasserins, Nezrin Wasserin, the lady of the manor, is quite respectable with us. Much better than her parents.
She seems like a hoot. Me master really digs her too, if you know what I mean.
Well, I'm sure that will come as great surprise to Miss Howell.
Or,
At least to the chagrin of your master, if he tries anything.
I'm sure. I mean, he's tried a lot of things before, and he usually, gets
He
shot
leans
down.
over. He goes, "She didn't get the title Wolf of Damali for nothing."
I don't know what that means, but it sounds pretty cool.
Oh, she came out of nowhere and took over the underground fighting. She is the king of the underground fighting in all of Port Damali. Has defeated everyone she's gone up against.
Pretty impressive. I didn't know she was such a mean fighter.
At the last fight, she broke a man's arm and leg
Whoa.
and laughed.
Don't
about
piss
it.
her off, right?
Well, no, it was a great fight. We rooted for her. I mean, we like to go and watch the missus. She's quite ferocious.
I would love to see one of those fights if you ever,
I like working here because I know that if anyone ever breaks in or challenges us, we can just sit back and she will eat them. I mean, just kill them. Have you seen the weapon she carries?
I think I've seen it maybe, once or twice. But
And the stories she tells about the things that she did before she came here. And occasionally she gets in the cups when the master is in bed, and she tells great stories.
she beats the master in bed.
No. The master is in bed, and she tells great stories to us while she's drinking.
I mean,
That does sound like
Okay.
Hal. That sounds 100% like Hal.
I totally understand it. If only my master was a bit more of the imbiber of the fine goods to, tell stories. He's not so much about that.
I'm sure while you're here, the missus will probably invite you to enjoy some times with us as well.
That
Feel
sounds
free.
fun.
I mean, I know you'll have your work, but feel free to come out and talk with us anytime. I'm sure your master's probably looking for you now.
Well, I should probably get in there before he starts yelling for me or something like that and do me butlery duties as
Yes,
he tightens up and...
I'm Jim. Well, your name is?
Oh, there you go. Good to
Oh,
meet
Igor.
you, Jim.
It's a pleasure
Give
to
him a
talk
good,
to you.
good hard squeeze.
Yeah, good squeeze. He's not as strong as you, but he tries.
Igor hunchbacks his orc way up after waving a goodbye to him up to the main place.
All right, and we'll pass our way back over to Lamont, who has just received your breakfast. It's everything you wanted, as well as a strawberry-covered cheesecake.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure, sir. You're a guest of the Masters, and we do our best to help.
Yes.
Is there anything else I might get you, sir?
Nope. Thank you. Thank
When you're done, if you'd like to meet with the Master, he's currently speaking with your companion in the Grand Ballroom. It's just down the hall and on the right.
What now?
Yes, they've been talking for over an hour now.
I don't want to talk to them.
Well, that is your prerogative, sir. I just wanted to give you your options at the time.
Yeah. Absolutely. Listen, take it easy, okay?
You as well, sir.
I'm going to go in here, and he slowly closes the door.
And he waits until the door is closed, and you hear him patter off, along with the other servants that are in the hall working.
Lamont takes 10 minutes to peruse the broadsheets and inhale his breakfast.
Okay. The main story on this morning's broadsheet was the strange ship that arrived in a thunderous explosion, causing somewhere around 50,000 gold worth of damage to windows and across the entire port.
Concussive wave, please.
There is talk of charges being filed against the proprietor of the ship, the strange ship. They have been supposedly taken into custody with fines upwards of $10,000 to $20,000 and 6 to 12 months in jail.
Am I
And then,
mentioned?
of course, commentary. I'm sorry?
Am I mentioned?
No, nobody in particular is mentioned. Just general information.
Do they say do they pluralize the owners of the ship.
No, they said the proprietors of the ship.
Proprietors.
Just a general. You seem
Plural.
like it's very, very vague and generalized writing because they don't have specifics.
Uh-huh.
So they know the ship is either owned by someone or by a conglomeration, and therefore they're just reporting generally.
There's relief because we want to be in control of the narrative when finally the city reckons with the presence of the terror what strikes in the dark now.
Of course.
Descending as one-man war on crime on Port Damali, but they haven't found out yet, which is good. Just good.
Yes.
So
You also
finish my
hear
notes.
there is a lot of gossip and interest in a ball being held at Theodore Nouveau's palatial manor in the Crescents. You know that's where you're staying right now. There's a lot of excitement for that. They say there are ambassadors and socialites from all corners of the globe will be there.
Oh my! I wash it all down with some Roadhouse coffee and suit up and make my way to the room where Harlan and the master are visiting.
Okay. You step around the corner into the grand hall. You see that it is being decorated in the same colors as the master, Mr. Nouveau, and the purple and golds. There's a stage on one end, 4 doors, 2 doors on each side of the hall going to other parlors. And you see in the middle of this cacophony of action, 5 individuals standing there. You see Master Nouveau in his purple and golds. You see a tall drow woman standing there, as well as 2 human males, and Harlan Flipcloak. And he seems to be in the center of a storm of questions and looks entirely uncomfortable. But you also notice, as your eyes travel across the room, a 2-foot diameter golden disc covered in runes, sparkling in the light of the room.
All right, as you know, I can communicate with people telepathically up to 60 feet away.
Mm-hmm. Easily can communicate with Harlan.
Just gonna skirt the edge of the room here, moving in and out of the bustle of people like a shape.
There's not that many people in there, but yes, you are doing your best to do that.
Come on now.
I'm giving it to you, but there's only like 10 servants working in a large palatial ballroom.
That's enough. I can do
Okay.
10. I can do 10.
Okay.
10's enough. All right, so point is, I skirt the outside and say,
Effectively.
Harlan,
This
I'm
is-
here. What?
I'm hearing this in my head.
Yes.
Harlan.
Can I reply in my head?
No, unfortunately, you can't. That's the downfall of his
Oh, I
particular
forgot about
communication.
that. So there's like this long pause while I forget that you can't talk back to me.
Just,
Oh, right.
Like look at you like
Well, I ate breakfast and I'm here. And I hope you got this under control. And
I'll be happy to answer all of your questions, but my companion needs me. I'll
Yes, Mr. Flipcloak, it's perfectly fine. We understand we're just bombarding you with all of these questions that you really haven't had time to think about, but I thank you for taking your time. Yes. I really feel positive about our joining together to create a great enterprise going forward. And he just comes up and gives you a big hug. He smells of like saffron and like rose water when he hugs you. He has wonderful breath, a little oily hair, but you can't have everything.
I know it'll be a fruitful relationship.
I can't wait. Your enthusiasm is infectious.
Until next time. And
Oh, yes. I imagine we'll meet again this afternoon.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Quinlan. Good morning.
uh-huh.
We have important meetings to get to.
Do remember you're on house arrest. unfortunately, you're still not. I mean, if you've seen the broadsheets this morning, you're quite the talk of the town. But you really should stay inside for your own safety. There are a lot of people out a lot of money right now. They say 50,000 gold worth of damages. It's quite insane.
Yeah. Yep. Sure is. Harlan, can I see you over here for just a second?
Have fun, gentlemen. The grounds are yours to explore.
Yes. Oh, lovely. Will you come over here for just a moment?
I'm right here.
Hi. Care to take a stroll with me this way?
Of course.
Okay, so he's not kidding. It's all over the news what the hell what the ship did,
Yeah.
and we're not directly named, thank God. But basically, apparently they have nothing else to talk about but the fact that we blew in here and smashed everything, and they're not kidding about the money. So I know you told me in the bathtub that everything was under control. And that everything's gonna be fine, and I believe you. But here's the other thing: as we move into the next 24 hours of what's going on here, is you basically need to tell them that I should get a pardon and that I'm leaving. Because I mean, I don't mean to abandon you with this. I'm just saying that it just looks like you've got this pretty well under control. You got this whole ship thing. You're gonna draw a picture. They're gonna freak out about how awesome the picture is. And then I'm gonna be sitting here getting older every minute. I got stuff to do, big guy. I got big plans for the port. Got to hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? Got to work the streets. So can't get to the streets if I'm stuck in this house with local law enforcement, waving at me and calling me by my last name, which is awkward. So just running that one by you, because we're on a timetable here. I'm sure you're familiar with that concept. So that's all I got.
Yes. Yeah. Good luck out there.
That's it. That's all you got. Good luck out there.
I know I can't stop you.
When he touched you, you feel a wave of magic go through you. And you feel like if someone was looking for you with magic, they would have a very difficult time finding you for the next 8 hours.
Who, me?
Yes, you.
Mm-hmm.
You should return before too late.
In the act of touching you, though, he also sprinkled this really fine dust over you. If you look at it, it's like crushed diamond. And then as the magic recedes, the diamond just goes and it's gone.
So big thing I'm trying to communicate. That's nice, and I feel very sprinkly and fresh, but you're gonna tell him that I don't have any money and that I'm gone and that you're gonna take care of this whole thing, right? You got that part, because I don't need a manhunt for me specifically when I steal a newspaper tomorrow morning. So feel good about that?
I'll do what I can.
Cool. I'll accept that. All right. Well, it's been really nice visiting with you, and I'll be,
Can you attempt to meet with the others? Tell them I'm held up.
Yeah, I can do that. I can rendezvous with the others. Where were they gonna be? Right there.
They should be at this place at lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
He tells them that they'll be at the Crescent Acorn at lunchtime, and that it is located along a market in the Beaded Alley.
Okay. Do our new friends know these the local officials here who are still waving at me? They don't know about the Crooked Acorn, right? They're not gonna.
Crescent Acorn, and the people that are there are not officials. You know that the man, Mr. Nouveau, who
It was private.
boarding you, is a private citizen and the Merchant Guild leader.
You didn't tell your new best friend that we're going to the Crooked Acorn for lunch, right?
No, I told him I had a lunch meeting and he refused to let me leave.
Cool. Yeah, I'll make sure to take careful notes and minutes of the meeting, but I'm gonna go to this whole acorn thing, and so good luck with.
You won't have long before the authorities want to find you. I'll try to keep them off your tail.
Right, I thought we talked about that part, that you were gonna make sure that.
I will try, but I can't guarantee anything.
Well, seems like you might be in kind of a position to maybe guarantee it with, you just tell them, hey, I got this. I accept full responsibility because my ship broke all the windows and scared everybody. You're nodding, and yet I don't completely believe that you're confident that you can convince these people.
But that I can't guarantee their reaction to it.
All right, I'm going to go to the meeting, and then I'll be in touch. All right, maybe I'll be back before they notice I'm gone. All right.
I'll see you at the masquerade ball.
Yeah, the ball. Right. First, I'm going to lunch, and then I'm going to the. All right, sorry. Excuse me. I'm gonna listen. Be careful out there, and you give him hell. It's a pleasure, and I offer my hand out.
Well, I will shake your hand.
All right, good man. And I turn and mask up and abscond.
How do you exit the palatial manor in the center of the crescents?
Visibly.
Dramatically and invisibly.
Dramatically
so only you know your dramatics.
Okay, well I know you're dramatic. But are you going over a wall? Are you trying to walk out the front gate? Are you sneaking out the back?
I thought they were kind of like in town. I'm not
you
out
are in
on
the center of town.
Yeah.
But this area, the Crescents are...
You're in the bougie, fancy rich people district in the center of town. You're in Mansionville.
Yes.
Okay.
You're in the old Moneyville.
You are surrounded by pillared temples to gods you don't recognize and massive mansions and palatial estates of the rich and powerful, sitting above the entire city with two parts of the city on the left and two parts of the city on the right going down. You are literally at the high point of the city.
Mm-hmm. You got house arrested in McMansionville, and McMansion Peak.
Am I on the ground floor of the structure? Am I at street
This
level?
particular design is 20-foot ceilings, no second floor. It's all single story, just massive, beautiful, spread out palace almost.
Huh. What are the guards wearing?
The guards here are wearing the purple and gold of House Nouveau.
Can't I turn my clothes into that?
Yes, you do have glamored studded leather as well. And by saying the correct keyword, you would be able to change your current outfit to look like the same whatever clothing you wish.
Okay.
But your glasses and your mask are not covered by that.
No. I remove them and tuck them into my shirt. And for the first time in our adventure, there's nothing at all covering. He's taken his goggles off before, but not all of it.
Okay. Give me an advantaged roll of either performance or deception.
Well, we like both of those. We're gonna go
with
performance.
Oh, an event at 21. Every one of the guards in the area just nod at you, like you have somewhere to be, and you don't need to talk to them because you're a man on a mission, and you walk right out the front gate.
How's it going?
As you exit, you do see a number of blue guards wearing blue. You know, those the Zalazo, which are the Port Damali official, like police, the guards, the mercenaries that not mercenaries, but the guards of the Clovis Concord that work in Port Damali. They don't even look at you.
Okay.
And you walk freely into the city of Port Damali for the first time.
So they were like high-ranking.
No, these were street guards making sure you didn't leave because that was part of the agreement.
The green ones.
The blue ones.
The blue ones.
Right. And they see you as a House Nouveau personal guard, leaving on some errand.
Okay, I turn into a blue one when I get into an alleyway or whatever.
Okay. I need you to make me another advantaged deception or performance roll. Okay. You believe you have a very good semblance of their uniform.
Cool. I straighten my collar and I step out and I go find the cranky acorn.
Crescent acorn.
Crescent acorn.
As you go looking for it, and we leave Harlan still in the free of the clutches of these businessmen, we go back to Wasserin Manor. What's everyone doing there?
I suppose I'll send my follow-up message to Harlan. How's it going?
Not too well.
Sorry to hear that.
You should be meeting up with Lamont soon, although that might cause me trouble. I'm still working on it.
Do you require me to do anything? Could I help?
Did you bring any of your finest wines with you?
Of course, always.
I could use a bottle.
All right. Like me to bring it over myself? Or have it delivered?
I think perhaps you should come and bring everyone.
All right. After lunch with Lamont, we'll head that way.
Not then.
No?
We'll save it for after the ball.
After the ball. Oh, is this the house that's... Are you at the house that's hosting the ball?
I didn't realize that, but yes. Of course,
Oh.
I realize that now, yeah.
We've been invited to the ball.
Wonderful. Then
I was planning on bringing a bottle of wine as a gift to the ball.
he says he quite enjoys your wines, so
Right, I'll bring in a mediocre bottle as a gift for the ball, and then save the fancy bottle for when we have our meeting with him.
a wise decision.
All right. I'll message Lamont now, I suppose. Good luck.
I'll be here.
You see, I just spoke down for a second. Brace himself.
Everything okay?
Harlan is stuck at the person's house who's hosting the ball. At
What?
Theodore Hargraves, Elliot Maximilian Anders Nouveau's house.
How did that happen? Why did that happen?
We're going to meet...
Desmond goes, I think I know. Have you looked at the broadsheets today?
Not yet.
No, we just got here.
On the front page, a strange airship appeared in the sky yesterday, and its arrival heralded the breaking of nearly every window along the western coast of Port Damali. They believe it's around 50,000 gold worth of damages.
50,000?
50,000 gold.
Oh.
Also, that there's a penalty of upwards of 12 months of prison for the damages. Supposedly, the culprits are in custody.
Harlan and Lamont are taking the blame for this?
Well, I imagine that was their airship, maybe?
Yes,
Have you seen it?
possibly.
I haven't seen it.
I've
But
never seen it.
You said they arrived early.
They did arrive early. I can only assume that's them.
Well, it looks like they've gotten into a bit of trouble.
Well, if Harlan needs 50,000 gold, I can loan him 50,000 gold. But the jail time I can't do anything about.
Well, I mean, I could cover the 50,000. I thought you were tapped out with all the costs and expense of your key and the Hassenfire for winery refurbishment.
Oh, not quite tapped out. I've been investing diversely.
Oh, well, that's good to know. I might need some investors myself. I mean, I have been meaning to talk to you about this, but
Oh yes, we should discuss it at a later time.
the
Lunch.
yes, dear. Lunch
Lunch.
over lunch. Fine. Fine. You never let me talk business when I feel like talking business.
Just you gotta put food in me if you want to talk business and not.
You
have
know
me
where the
fall
kitchens
asleep.
are. The servants answer to you. What are you waiting for?
Well, I like eating with you. Okay.
We're going
Excuse me.
We're going to meet with Lamont for lunch at the Crescent.
Oh, the Crescent
Acorn.
Acorn.
Where the
Oh, it's
fuck
so
did we
nice.
meet
It's a
with
nice
Lamont?
little tiny place. It's run by a little family of halflings. It's wonderful.
Delightful. Let me message Lamont and make sure that's.
Are you
We
sure
have
that's
to-
Hasn't gone
necessary?
to
Can't
shit.
we just go without Lamont?
Yeah. Do we have to?
Well, we can let Lamont wander about town.
I don't have a problem with that.
Actually, I
Except-
think it's probably wise for us to bring him to where we're going so we can see him.
That's what
I
I
mean,
was
what
thinking.
you've told me about him, Hal. Are you sure you're capable of seeing him without shedding blood?
Find out.
Oh, not
Yes.
inside the Crescent Acorn. That family
They
is.
can take
I know,
it
I
outside.
like 'em.
They've done so before.
Yeah.
That's
I'll-
usually
I'll
they
do my
usually take
best.
it outside.
That's
They're
fine.
I
That's fine.
promise I will be on my best behavior.
Would you like to walk? It's. I mean, it's only about 30 minutes from here
Yeah.
by foot.
All right, let me message Lamont first, though. It's been a
Okay,
while since
that's
I've
fine.
contacted
I'll
him.
go change clothes and something more comfortable.
Yeah. I'm gonna get
Of
out of my
course.
plate.
Okay.
Right. Dear Lamont, are you there? Tis Wendell.
All right. Wendell. Well, hey. There's a voice I haven't heard in a while. How in the heck are you there? You old
Never
so-and-so?
better. I am not. Harlan has relayed to me that we are meeting for lunch at the Crescent Acorn. That's correct?
Crescent Acorn. Yes. Right. Lunch. I am en route.
Wonderful. We'll be there in about 30 minutes. Well, the women have to get dressed. Make it 45
Ha!
at the
Oh,
earliest. Might be an
how
hour.
charming. Well, I look forward to it. You'll know me.
Yes, I
I'll
will.
be
We are one of the few that can speak telepathically.
Yes. I won't be dressed familiarly, so you'll need to reach out to me.
Alright, or you can reach out to me because I will be dressed familiarly. Well, perhaps a bit fancier, but. And Igor will be with
course.
me. You can't miss him. It's
course.
impossible.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. See you soon.
Alright. See you soon.
Like, cross the street, swearing that I signed that book.
And I
Alright.
get freshened up.
Everyone's freshened up. You're ready for your
Yes.
walk.
Yes, and on the walk, I've got Mage Hand. And many, 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 many pamphlets.
Oh. Okay.
That's all I'm saying. It's just,
Well-
you know.
We have the map up for Port Damali. You can see where you're located currently. Is about here in the Gilded
We're
Esplanade.
not on the
Oh, I thought I just switched you. I'm sorry. I switched you now.
Aha!
Yeah.
Delightful.
All right. So you're about right here.
Ooh.
All right. The place where the Crescent Acorn is located is about here. You have a very simple walk along the Gilded Esplanade below the Crescents over to that location. And it doesn't
Delightful.
take very long. It is a fun walk. Hawkers are constantly trying to sell you things. There are wonderful products and spices and smells. The breeze off the ocean is cooling while the sun is very warm. It's a pleasant time.
Yeah, definitely not wearing my plate.
It's a little warm for that in this
yeah,
town.
yeah. I still have my weapons, but just not my plate.
Okay.
And Nesrin and I keep a distance from Wendell while he's handing out these flyers because
Oh,
we don't want to be
no.
associated with that.
That's why the mage hand is handing them out. It's
Okay.
20 feet. It's subtle. It's at a distance. They're just getting pinned to little billboards. They're like the cork
Okay.
boards. They're being slid into people's vendor stalls. It's not Wendell handing them out. That would be uncouth.
With your passive perception, you can tell it's happening, but it's happening behind you.
Okay.
Okay.
There's
So,
enough people
Igor, what
that
do you
it's
think-
hard to discern with his mage hand handing out flyers is coming from.
What do you think about the sights and the sounds around you?
It's quite enchanting, it is. Sounds like a place that my master and I have never lived at before. A lot more noisy.
You have people running up to you and putting sweet-smelling candies and spiced meats, trying to sell it to you, and they're just offering it to you, like handing it to you.
If
But if you
Igor's got
take
his,
it,
if Igor's got his gold, he's buying some stuff.
okay.
Did Wendell give him his gold?
You have your allowance, yes.
Igor's buying food. And he's trying snacks. He's
You've
eating
got,
as
you've
they
got
go.
10 gold right now.
So along the way,
Perfect.
10 gold would buy you pretty much a cartload of food in this along this way.
Oh, perfect. He's going to spend all of that on this hand-me-down food, the street food that's coming out to him.
Oh,
And he's
it's-
going to eat it all as he walks. It's just like
It's-
I'm imagining, like, one person comes up, here's some chicken on a stick. Okay. Hey, you should try some of this cotton candy. Okay. It just keeps going.
Cookies and candies and pickled things and candy covered things that look like they might be insects or something. You don't know, but they taste great.
Oh, Monster, you should try this. And he puts a piece of, like, what looks like quite literally a grilled rat on a stick in front of your face. You should try it. It's really crunchy.
No, not the. No,
Come on,
try.
window, just a little bite, and it'll make you big and strong.
I do not need to get big and strong. I need to stay dapper and snatch.
Give me a Constitution saving throw, Wendell.
Oh dear.
Come on, Monster's good for you, elf.
Oh, I'll use the metal dice because it's fancy. Oh boy. Unsafe. It's not bad, not bad. I'll eat something else, just not that. Colton. That would be a 15.
Oh, yeah. You're able to control yourself. You don't want to eat the things. Any lower than that, and you might have ravenously destroyed anything handed you.
No, we're getting lunch. We're getting lunch. If it's not rat and stick, I might take a few bites. Like that roll thing you have there doesn't look half bad.
Okay, you
yes.
have this.
All right, yes, you eat that. Oh god.
It's like crunching like rat, like right in front of him. It's so good. Like tails hanging out of his mouth.
You exit through a part in the crowded buildings to reveal an open promenade of small market stalls and carts. The market curves with parallel paths that form a sort of squished figure eight. In the center, small stone platforms rise from the ground with red brick chimney stacks that reach about 10 feet in the sky. Steam pumps out of them and dissipates in the sky above, with colorful streamers and dangling lines of beads crisscrossing the promenade tied to chimney stacks and storefronts. There are stores all along the outside of the market, and they have street side stalls of wares, just like the rest of the beaded alley. And Hal says, you tell him that this is the Steam Bellow Promenade, and the crescent acorn is right across.
Yeah, we just gotta go over there.
Perfect.
And basically Lamont.
Oh, he'll find us.
I'm gonna see if I can find him.
Okay, give me Lamont, are you being stealthy?
No, I am out just walking.
Yeah, but you're wearing a different uniform, and okay, it'll be a hard check for her to find you.
She's
I
not
have
looking for
nothing on
city
my
guard.
head.
Okay.
I'm decked out.
Yeah, we're used to goggles and not a city guard's uniform.
You think you see someone that might be Lamont, but he's dressed like the guards of the city, and he's not wearing anything on his face, and so it can't possibly be Lamont.
Because I said I'd be on my best behavior in the inn. Outside of the inn,
Not outside the
however.
inn. Well, you walk into the Well, you stand in front of the Crescent Acorn. It is a lovely wood frame building, made kind of in the design of most of the buildings you've seen in Amman, with the timber frame and the slate roof that's high and pitched. It just looks comfortable. It's only 2 stories. It looks like it's well used, but well maintained. You step through the front red door into a very warm and bright interior with the sound of a little bit of music playing, sweet smells of fresh bread and soups on. And then you see halflings, a family of halflings, 5 to be exact. And they wave at Hal as they walk in. You see Simon Amberwine, the owner. He's a 2.5 foot tall halfling, very short, graying hair, balding on top, and he's just really happy. He's like, "Hey, it's Howl, you're back.
Hey,
Are
how you
these
doing,
your friends?"
Simon? Yeah, so this is Nezrin, my partner. Because I don't think have I brought Nezrin?
Yeah, you brought her once or twice, but they didn't really.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
Nezrin, my partner. This is Wendell, and that's our friend Igor.
It's a pleasure to meet all of you. I hear
Would you
have
like
these-
some rat?
No. We have better meats here, but it is tasty. The spices on that one are very good. I've had it before. Well, let me introduce my family. This is Alice Amberwine, my wife. And you see a blonde, kind of taller halfling who's just dressed really comfortably in blues and gray cottons. And these are my children. This is Jasmine, Wesley, and Sarah. And that's little Timothy. And they're like, "Hi." Jasmine is a bit older. She seems to be she's almost on the cusp of being an adult. She's actually busy and just doesn't really look up. She's bussing tables and cleaning. Wesley is a little bit younger. Wesley and Sarah are about the same age. They look a little bit more like their mom, and they're a little bit taller. And then little Timothy is this wee little tiny thing. He's probably 6 or 7, and he's just sucking his thumb, and he's like.
But I'm glad he's little Timothy and not tiny Tim, because
No, he's little Tim.
That could have been bad.
Yeah, copyright infringement on that one for sure. Strikes everywhere. No, this is just a happy family of halflings. And Simon's like, "So you had some business for me? What? I know we talked a little bit about it, but I wasn't sure that I understood."
Yeah, so we have essentially a proposal.
But see, I'm already taken, so I thank you for the offer.
Funny, Simon, funny. A business proposal.
Oh, all right. I could, if you want to rent out the place or something, or you need permanent rooms, you have some very nice big people rooms up top.
More like we need a door.
A door?
Yeah.
Just the door?
Right, that's how it works.
Are you gonna be taking
any door, right?
Yeah. It turns whenever the key is placed in a door, it would turn that door into the portal wherever you need to go.
Yeah. It's more so we have a key that will let us portal back to Arin.
So you're saying it's magics?
Yeah.
Alice looks at him kind of very sternly, what have you gotten us into, honey?
It's just on the table right now. You 100% can say no. I would still love to come here. I love this place. Essentially, we are offering access, a certain amount of access to our inn back in Amman, trade, which without import-export fees, because you literally just walk through a door.
Keep talking.
Yes.
And then we just need a link back home that makes it easiest for us to get it back to our base of operations, and then back here when we have business and when we want to be in the city.
Well, let's talk about this. This sounds interesting about the trade and thing. You're gonna have to tell me a little bit more about it. So as Wendell and you,
I feel like Wendell would have already drawn up paper proposals.
You're probably pulling it out right now.
Yes, he's like,
in this diagram right here.
Yes, see here, I've written out possible options. Hello, I'm Wendell Eustace Abernathy Lucius Throckbottle Hossenpfeffer, the fourth of the Havisham Hossenpfeffers. I do most of group's business affairs.
Wow, that's quite a name you have there.
Thank you.
Wow. Did you say Hossenpfeffer? Any relations to the Hossenpfeffer wines of Havisham?
But of course.
Are you like a distant uncle or something?
Oh no,
What- I
no,
mean-
I'm the proprietor.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've been there. He's not lying.
Oh, so are you offering exclusive rights to your wines in the city of Portamale, maybe?
That could be discussed. I would love to do some import-export trade.
Nezrin is
with you all.
looking at both of you like, wait, that's my
Yeah,
deal. What are you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah, she's like,
Hal would butt in and say,
Mhm.
well, we do also have Nezrin Wasserin, who is doing some import-export, and I believe we could probably come up with some kind of deal that benefits all three.
I would
Hmm.
love that.
Well, let me get some ale over here and some bread, and we'll talk a little bit of cheese. We'll talk. We'll figure things out. And so he runs in the back with his wife, and they bring out some food. And while you guys are eating and talking, Lamont, you're in the Steam Bellow Promenade, and you just saw your friends, in air quotes, walk through the door into a small, very cute little inn/tavern.
Yes, there's the way you describe this city. There's it strikes me as there being a Miyazaki quality to it. This sort of lovely proto-European, transcontinental, another $2 words. People with puppy pants. The food looks particularly delicious. Lots of belts and collars. I think he just looks sort of he looks very regal in his military finery, and strides confidently into the cracked acorn and walks right up to the bar and produces some coinage.
Okay.
Hello. Yes, I am, as you can see, a member of the local militia, barkeep. I am quite thirsty, and would like an ale, please.
When you walk in, you see that there's a group of halflings and some small children running around, like 4 children, one older, but they're all relatively small. And you see what looks to be the proprietor, an older halfling gentleman and his wife sitting at the table with Wendell, Nezrin, Hal, and Igor. And they like wave at you like, oh, it'll be just a second. I'll be right there, sir. Just taking care of a bit of business before. It's a little early in the day for sales. So just give me a moment. I'll be right there. You say you want an ale, right?
And Lamont was speaking straight ahead to no one in particular.
Right, because there was no one back there.
There was no one back there. He just delivered this thing,
Mhm.
and then turns to his left and is like, yes, one, please.
Excellent. If you'll just keep talking with my wife, I think we can find
course.
something here to work out with. I'll take care of this fine gentleman. He's a Zalazo.
Now-
If you're not familiar, that's one of the policemen of our city.
Now,
So
we heard
Sure
this
he
voice,
is.
but it wasn't nearly manic enough to draw Wendell's, like, recollection banks.
And Hal's already looked at this guy and kind of just bypassed him.
Yeah, and so I don't think Wendell would look over until the businessman he was dealing with has been pulled away.
Right. So you're talking like you look over as he's walking to the bar and you see a taller man, no head adornment really, wearing the multicolored blues of what you've seen to be the police of this city, the Zalazo.
The Zalazo.
And he's like, all right, sir, here you go. That's just going to be silver for the cup.
Aha, gladly.
Thank you, sir.
And I'm going to turn and drink it while making eye contact with Hal.
And
recognize him.
And when that piercing stare hits your eyes, you know you've been looking at the man known as Lamont Quinlan.
eyebrows. Lamont?
Sorry?
Yeah. Sorry.
Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool on my tongue. Who are your who might you be and your friends here?
She says Lamont Wendell. We'll say the same thing but telepathically. Lamont. He looks around with the
Okay.
telepathic.
But it's them talking to two halflings.
Mhm.
Yes, there's a man and a woman, older couple,
They seem to be
and
the proprietors of the place.
there are 4 children running around. One's older; she seems to be working, cleaning up tables and washing the floor. The younger children are just running around being children.
Okay, I do not acknowledge the Lamont thing, and I turn at the bar and finish my drink and ignore Wendell
And Hal.
and Hal.
Okay.
And if are there like beer nuts or peanuts or pretzels or something?
No.
All right.
This is a nice inn, okay?
Could I get some beer nuts or pretzels or like bread or something?
I can get you some warm bread, sir.
Warm bread. That sounds great. I'd love that.
Roll to be 2 silver. Would you like cheese to go with that? I can get you some for a nice a nice tablet.
Get all that out here. The cheese, the whole bit. That sounds great.
5 silver for the whole thing. Is that all right?
I'm starving. 5 silver. You got it. I love it.
And the Alice Amberwine gets up to take care of it. She runs into the back, and in a moment's notice, she comes out with a hot, fresh round roll and a selection of small bits of sliced cheese.
Delicious. Thank you so much. I didn't get your name.
Alice Amberwine. My husband's the proprietor here.
Alice. Charmed, I'm sure. I'm Johnson, the member of the local
No, the Salazzo. Yes, I recognize. I recognize you. Yes, it's a pleasure to have you in here, sir. We're law-abiding citizens here.
You bet. I am just here to make everything seems above board. I'm just going to enjoy my lunch.
Excellent. Let us know. We're currently in a business meeting, but if you need anything at all, we'll be here to help, sir.
What time is it?
It's a little after lunch, but we do more of a dinner crowd. The night market opens up, and we do a lot of good business in the evening. We put our breads out. We put a lot of our cheeses out, and we do a lot of business with the night market. But daytime is more for us with the family. But we're open if anyone wants to come in.
Sure. Absolutely. Well, listen, I'm going to eat my cheese. So
wonderful. I hope you enjoyed, sir.
Yeah, you know it.
He sits back down. While you guys are wondering why Lamont won't answer to his name, and he sits there eating cheese and bread at the bar.
It's Lamont. He's insane. I've gone back to business.
Okay. We're going to check in with Harlan alone in the den of inequity that is the Nouveau Mansion. What have you been doing? They've left you alone for the afternoon now.
Pretty much as soon as Lamont leaves, I'm going to go back to Mr. Nouveau.
Mm-hmm.
Say, Lamont has left.
Oh no!
Yes. You can't hold him here.
Why would he leave? I mean, it goes against the agreement we had, but
there's no reason. I will make. There's no reason to fret over it.
I'm fretting. I agreed to keep both of you here. Now, I might be on the hook for 50,000 gold, and I might have to demand you give me the information we're currently negotiating with.
I will design a ship for you and your trade partners that will meet your requirements. But I require...
One that works?
Of course.
Wonderful.
But I require that you leave Lamont alone, and I will need proper patronage.
Oh, the real negotiations begin. Everyone, come over. This will be fun.
Can't believe Harlan doesn't want Wendell there to help him do business negotiations.
Are you sure you don't need a factor or someone to negotiate for you? I mean, I want to believe that I can be an honest businessman, but in the guild, we do recommend if you're negotiating for large sums of money, and this is large sums of money, You should have probably representation of someone who is an accountant or more, who's focused just on the money, so you can be focused on your intellectual property.
If we could put this on hold until a companion of mine comes to visit after the.
You have friends here in Port Damali?
Yes.
Well, we can invite them here right now.
They are.
Who might they be? Maybe I know them. If they're here in Port Damali, they live here, right?
No, they are part of my group. They have
travelers. Were they hiding on the ship while you went away?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
They were on it.
They arrived on the ship this morning.
Yes.
Oh, I watched it come in. As much as I hate those ships, they are beautiful to watch sail in.
He just says, well, so you will leave my friend alone and we will discuss business.
Wait, it's not me. I put myself out on a limb, as they say, to protect a possible investment with you and your friend for the intellectual, for the blueprints and the technology to build your ship. I made an agreement with the Zalazo that you both would stay here until something could be agreed upon. Now, if he's running around and gets caught, I don't know what will happen.
He's fairly elusive.
Now then he should be fine. But you have made somewhat of a liar out of me, and I feel very put out about that.
I'll consider it in our negotiations.
Oh, I'm already considering it. Your friend may have cost you a great deal of money.
Of no importance to me.
Oh, money's important for everyone. If you're an inventor, you need money. You can't invent without money.
There is a certain need of fundage.
Well, we will find a common ground, I'm sure. Would you like an invitation for your friend to for the ball, perhaps?
I believe they've already received one.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Then they have truly powerful friends themselves. Do they know someone here, or
do you know of anyone by the name of Hassenpfeffer?
Well, no one from around here, but I do know of the Hassenpfeffer winery. It's been kind of run down since the younger brother took over. It's been kind of it's really been a disappointment. The Hassenpfeffer wines were quite popular here for some time, but about 10 years ago or so, they just fell off the face of Exandria. And, well, that can't be your friend. Really.
They are under new management.
Oh, so they got rid of that wastrel. Wonderful. Well, I can't wait. Really some exquisite wines.
Well, but I'm sure there'll be a fine bottle coming your way.
Well, if you say so. Looking forward to that. While you're sitting there, James walks over. It's James Dubois, the Wasserin export business factor, and he's like,
Hello,
are you talking about Wendell?
Yes, Wendell.
Okay, that's Sal's friend. The one she doesn't really like, the greasy one that hits on her all the time, makes her uncomfortable, but is really smart and has like a lot of business contacts and owns the House of Everyone. Oh yeah, I know these guys.
They are business partners of mine, yes.
We have like a deal, working a deal with them about importing the Hassenpfeffer wines and stuff. So wow, okay. And then you see Nouveau just smile. He's like, so you're associated with the Wasser import-export business. Oh, wonderful. All of the knots are coming together to form a great big bow of fun.
I hate this.
I'm sorry. I thought this would be great if we get everyone together at the ball. Do you know there are ambassadors from the Kryn dynasty coming? There are people from the Dwendalian Empire coming. We have some a merchant from Marquette coming, and then of course all of our local officials. I have a juggler, some acrobats, a most beautiful singer. She'll be in that parlor right there. It'll be exquisite. And then we have this really fun group. It's a married couple of lutists. Quite fun.
I'm so excited.
Yes, I can see it writ across your face. There's like one new wrinkle right around the side of your eye. You must be smiling.
This was an anime, there'd be like that red, like the throbbing X right there over Harlan's forehead.
Well, I must get started on my work.
Well, yes, take your time. If we have to wait for your friends to come and negotiate with you, then why bother bothering you now? Go have fun. You have the lay of the land. Just don't leave the house. I mean, the grounds, please. They're all here for you. The servants will serve you as they'd serve me. Unless I countermand the order because they have to follow me because they're mine.
I'll go to the library. That's what Harlan would do.
Wonderful. You haven't been there yet, have you?
Oh, we wouldn't actually say that to him.
Oh.
He wouldn't tell him where he's going. He would just leave.
Okay. Well, you said it out loud, so I kind of took it that you were talking.
No. He'll say, "Well, I'll find somewhere to rest. I'm sure."
I'm sure you will. I'll take care of our partners here, and but I won't bother you until the ball. Is there any particular costume you'd like or mask that you'd like? I mean, everyone has to have a mask.
Something not too flashy.
I don't know anything about that.
I'll trust your opinion on it, I suppose.
Oh, great. I'll dress you up in our house colors. I hope you like purple and gold. And he just turns and goes back to the other three.
Why
All
don't I
right,
message you, prepare you a different outfit and you can wear mine instead?
Okay, so we're back at the Crescent Acorn, he says as he stares at Lamont Quinlan. Lamont, or pseudo Lamont, is still sitting at the bar. Jonathan, the Zalazo. And then you guys are doing business.
Owl is silently fuming.
Simon's like, well, I think we have a deal. I mean, this is great. So you just now, what happens when you put the key in the door and you guys go through? If I follow behind you, will it not be that room anymore, or will it still be that room?
If you come through with us, you'll come to our inn.
Okay,
But
so
if
as
you,
soon as the key's taken out and the door is closed, it goes back to being my door.
Yes.
Yeah.
But if the key's in the lock, what happens if you open the door or someone's trying to walk through it?
don't.
Which is why we'd like to reserve an exclusive door in a more private area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
I've commissioned many doors my time.
Okay.
I'm thinking back to that incident where
That
Harlan and
single
I
door.
spent an hour commissioning that one door.
That's true. And so you want a room like maybe like just a door to, we'll give you like one of the back smaller rooms.
Yeah, or
Even a
like to a closet.
It's
Yeah.
fine.
No, I'd rather just look for what we're agreeing to here. I think I can give you one of the rooms. Right, Mom? Yeah, okay. Alice is like, yes, dear, it's fine. Whatever. I know you're doing the best, and this is really lucrative for us. Okay. All right, we have a deal. He puts his hand out, little tiny hand. All right, great.
And Wendell has paperwork that he's finishing writing up with Nezrin. I imagine he and Nezrin are sitting there like, should it be worded this way? You're right, it should be worded this way. And like just two business nerds.
How you look over there and you're not happy at how well they're getting along.
No, I'm not. But I'm
And
gonna
you're
let
already-
them.
Wendell's
I'm gonna let
surprised.
them do their
I'm
thing.
surprised at how well Wendell and Ezra are getting along, and I don't
They're
hate it.
two business-minded nobles.
Yep.
I expected this. I was not prepared, but it'll be fine. Howell's gonna leave them to do their thing because this is important and she understands that even if she doesn't like it.
That's fair.
And he's gonna go over to Lamont.
After that paperwork, then Wendell pulls out more
Okay.
paperwork for him and Nezrin to just discuss because she mentioned some things, and he's like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and then he'd have like a separate note. It's a lot of paperwork.
Okay.
I'm gonna just put the on the shoulder kind of fingers digging in kind of thing.
Okay, Jonathan. You just got a hand on your shoulder, gripping in real tight, like squeezing your shoulder in a not friendly gesture.
What did she walk by me?
No, she walked
standing
right.
right
She's
next
right
to you.
beside you, and she's got a hand on your shoulder, just squeezing it.
Ma'am.
Lamont.
I don't know who you're talking about. My name is Johnson, and I'm a Salazzo. And I am spending some of my hard-earned military pay on bread and cheese. Delicious. Care for some?
I have things to say to you, and I'd rather do it without punching you in the fucking face.
Haha.
So drop it before I do.
Language there. I don't you know who I am?
Yeah, I know exactly who you are. So knock it the fuck off.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
how you doing?
What the fuck?
What
What
are
the
you-
fuck, Lamont?
What? What are you mad at? What did I do?
What am I mad at? You disappear for a fucking year?
I
What
went
do you
on.
think I'm mad at?
I had a break. I had to go. I had a complicated journey of self-discovery that I could only do alone.
And you couldn't fucking tell us that? Do you know how worried I've been? Out of all of us,
No.
you're the most likely to die without any of the other rest of us to be there.
What are you talking about?
You've said yourself you've died like 1,000,000 times. What do you mean, what am I talking about?
He hasn't actually died, Wendell says under his breath, muttering
You
as
shut up.
he just writes something down.
Like shoot a glance over at Wendell, but don't acknowledge him. Yes.
So you can't talk to me for a fucking year, but you can follow my daughter.
I would appreciate it if you kept your voice down. I am just a member of the local militia here to enjoy
Lamont,
a nice
I
lunch.
swear to fucking Bahamut, I will punch you in your goddamn face if you don't drop that shit right now.
Well, we don't want to have any blasphemy in the establishment during the lunch rush. That would be unfortunate. Look, if I want to drop out for a few months, I can do that. I appreciate your concern. And I looked in on your family because you were off doing something. After a while, I looked in on you to see if you were around. You weren't. There were people who needed help.
The fact of the matter is, you can do whatever the fuck you want, but you have people who care about you, and when you drop off the face of the fucking earth, they kind of worry.
Is that so?
Yeah,
All of them?
all of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
Wendell
I'm
nods
sure.
as he writes.
Even fucking Harlan. I know he doesn't like show anything on that face of his. We've been through too much to pull this shit, Lamont.
Look, don't take it personal. All right.
How can I not take it personal when you won't talk to us? That feels pretty fucking personal, but you can talk to my daughter. And thank you, by the way. I appreciate what you've done. And again, thank you, but fuck you. And she walks away.
And like as you're walking away, I'm just like, there's a difference between won't and didn't. How dare you? Well,
Just
back,
over the
back at the
shoulder.
negotiation table, Simon leans in. Is this going to happen often when you're here? Alice is looking on quite intently to this question.
How goes outside? Like she totally.
No,
leaves.
this was to Wendell.
Oh,
Yeah, I know. Just saying.
Okay.
no, this hasn't happened in
A year.
a year.
What are you talking
You know
about,
that,
boss?
Salazar?
They fight all the time.
You know him?
They had a bit of a falling out. Howl and Sid Salazzo, they used to be very good friends. Friendship fallings out, they happen sometimes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'm
He's
fine.
I'm
been
sure
gone.
they'll work through it and everything. It's just an incident. Sorry you have to witness.
All right, that's fair. Okay, that's
He's-
fine.
He's been gone.
All right. Well, he takes out a quill and signs his name on there, puts a big X, signs his name again, passes the paperwork over. All right. Let me
Next,
show you
next.
to your door.
Thank you. I will of course have copies of these made and
Oh, of course.
Yes.
I know where the Nezerin the Wasserin import export business offices are located. So I know if we, no offense, I just know where I can go if there's something wrong. So, all right. So just follow me up the stairs.
of course, thank you.
And so, he kind of goes like he goes over to the stairs, and there's like a smaller separate set of stairs that like right beside it that are more made for halflings to go up.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a regular set of stairs that are kind of go parallel with it. They're here on the inside, and then you're on the outside going up. And yeah, it takes you to the first door at the top of the stairs. Yeah, this is your room. It's all yours. We won't rent it again.
Fantastic. Can hardly wait.
So can I watch? I want to see. I've never been to Amman. It'd be fun just to walk in and walk back out and say I've been to Amman.
Of course, one moment. And he
He's staring at you.
turns around, fishes out the key, turns back around, and he'll insert it into the lock.
Okay, the first time you insert this key into a lock, you feel a almost uncontrollable burst of magical energy.
Revive.
Harlan, you feel this go off suddenly in a direction to the east of you.
As long as it's not in the direction of my ship.
No, it's in the direction
As long
you
as
think
it's
your
not
friends
in the
are.
direction of your ship. That's fair. That's a valid point.
Yeah, very valid. No one else really notices as much, but the two magic users really, really notice it. Give me a Constitution saving throw at this point.
Fantastic. I would love to do that. Do I have a birthday advantage?
Yeah, I told you it's your birthday. You have
Fantastic.
advantage all night.
I will use the red and the gold. This hail and hearty and money. Oh, good. 19.
Oh, well, okay. So the shock of the magic.
It was a 7 and a 19. I was like, oh, good.
The magic, just the shock of the magic releasing from the key. For a year, you spent an God's awful amount of gold
Yes.
to make this work.
So
when it
many of our
released-
in-share profits.
Yes. Pretty much almost all of the profits that you guys had with Harlan's skyship building and this key being made. The coffers are very, very dry at this point in the group multiple fund. So nothing happens after that.
I will. So I turned the key.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to open the door, see what happens.
Door opens in, and before you is a very recognizable private dining room with the head of a wormling on the wall, plus several paintings showing each and every one of you in very heroic oil.
As well as our drow friend, whose name I have forgotten, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
The guy who died.
Yes, the guy who died,
Fuck,
whose name I have right on
I
the
have
tip
it in
of
here
my tongue.
somewhere. It was
His
near the
name
beginning. He kicked you off
is-
a roof.
Yeah,
Vel, it's Vel. No,
he's
not
last
Vel.
season's guy, so he's not in the. Okay, you had to ask
You
for
got kicked
someone
off the roof fairly early. Hold
that
on.
isn't.
Uh,
Oh, here we go. Iman.
Velrect.
Velrect.
Okay,
Velrect.
Velric. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I just found the file too. What
Yeah,
his
he
name
kicked
was.
me off a roof. I missed
Yes,
him.
there is a very, very flattering picture of Velric there as well,
Yeah.
in all of
And
his
he
draw
died.
finery. And so is Reagan, the concierge of group,
Mhm.
your servant extraordinaire, the thin, red-skinned tiefling in the black and white of the Grayskull Shadow Inn livery. Oh, wonderful! You're back. I thought I had a few days. Hi, welcome.
Hello, Reagan. And
Great.
oh, well, right on
What,
through.
Reagan? How's it hanging?
Where is this? Oh, hello, Igor. Oh, yes, it's good to see you again. Where's the rest of them?
Well, Howell
They're
ran
on their
into
way.
Lamont.
Oh, I knew that was going to happen. Lamont's been talking about it, and well, how's Hal? So I'm sure that there's blood already.
Surprisingly, not yet.
Oh,
I know. I was surprised myself, and
wow.
Harlan's run into a bit of technical difficulties, but I'll help handle it.
Wonderful. Where are we connected to?
The Crescent Acorn in Port Tamale.
All right. What? Oh, hi. Yeah.
And he'll proprietor of the Crescent Acorn.
Pleasure to meet you. Yes, I'm Reagan. I'm the concierge group for here at the Grayskull Shadow Inn. It's a pleasure to meet you. Would you like to come in? Yeah, I can only just step in. I just want to step in so I can say I've been to Amon and then back. I didn't think about that. All right, go ahead. So he just kind of steps in and goes, oh, it smells different over here. Not as sweet. All right, thanks. And he steps back out and goes back
Anytime.
downstairs.
All right. Now. Well,
Yes.
that was all set up. Anything exciting happen while you were away? Traveling away?
You've been gone an entire 5 days,
I know.
and nothing has exploded. Nothing has burnt
Fantastic.
down. No one has threatened my life.
Oh, only good things then.
It's been wonderful, really.
Delightful. Well, I suppose we will get out of your hair for the time being then. We have plenty to do in Port Tamale, but we wanted to have this set up so that we could have it available.
Right, Brent, you were telling me about that. So anyone can pop in and out whenever they want.
Precisely.
All right. Yeah. Great.
Should we group, mostly?
Okay. So can anything pass through there when the door's open? I mean, when the door closes, what happens?
The door closes, and the key is taken out. There's no connection.
What if you close the door and the key's in?
Then you should be able to just open it again. Connection's still there. The key is the connection point.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, great. Do I get one of those keys?
They're very expensive. We'll see about it.
That's a no. Okay, great. All right.
It's a not right now. It's
so he can send goods.
Exactly. It's a we're saving up for it.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine.
We only have one right now.
Any orders for us right now?
Keep up the good work.
Oh, great. Will do.
And he'll step back. Come along, Igor.
Have a good one. It was good seeing you.
It's good seeing you too, Igor. Stay safe. Keep your master out of trouble.
Well, I promise I won't be able to do that.
I didn't think so.
All right, he smiles and goes.
All right. So the door closes and that part's done. Hal, you're outside. Lamont, you're at the table at the bar still, right? Okay. Do you go outside to check on Hal, or do you just let her leave?
Well, she left, and then everybody else left to go
Went
look at the door.
upstairs.
Wendell
upstairs.
and Igor went upstairs with the proprietor who gave you the ale at first.
Right.
The wife of the proprietor is still sitting at the table with Nezrin, who is looking at the door, kind of like, well, she's worried. Seems like.
Okay. I'm just going to stay there.
If he's
And-
still there when Wendell comes down, he'll have a seat at the bar.
Okay, so Wendell comes up and sits beside you.
Ah. Good evening.
Good evening. Well, afternoon.
Afternoon, right. So, what are you guys doing?
Oh, establishing the connection from here back to the Grayskull Shadow.
Making negotiations.
The negotiations are concluded.
You say a connection to the Grayskull?
Yes, Amon. You know, that's our headquarters.
Yeah, I do. Well, haha. Yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. And where is that?
Well, I mean, when I meet up with my fellow associate Lamont Quinlan, I will show him. I fortunately cannot tell any mere guard the details of group's operations.
Sure.
Trade
certainly
secrets,
couldn't.
you know.
Certainly couldn't. All right. Well,
But I would, could I trouble you for, and he'll look over to the proprietors. Quite, I know that there was, the bread and cheese was quite delicious. Could I trouble you for some more of that for myself and my compatriot here?
Oh, of
Igor.
course. It'll be on the house.
Oh, wonderful.
Wonderful. I'll be right back.
Thank you.
Extra butter, please.
Of course.
And he'll
So
have
he runs-
a sip of the ale. Like, ugh, it's not his taste. He's not an ale guy. He's a big wine guy. But he will take the sip and then telepathically reach out to Lamont. Would you prefer to converse like this while we eat?
yes, thank you.
All right. I assume there's a reason for being so disguised.
Harlan's ship
Made quite
jumps.
an impact, I heard.
Certainly did, and made a lot of noise, caused some damage, and I'm trying to keep a low profile personally because they all think that I'm back at some rich guy's house.
Oh, house arrest?
Yeah.
Mm.
And I don't do house arrest.
I
And,
should have figured, yes.
So I
Sips.
had to get out, stretch my legs, find you guys, and so that's pretty much where we're at. Harlan's back.
Yes, I've
Unta-
been in touch with him a bit.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Well, you know then you would know that he's in a real bucket of syrup. They're mad at him. He and they want his ship. Big
Do
time.
they? Well, I
Big
was going
ol'
to try and visit after a ball and bring a rather expensive bottle of wine in hopes of helping smooth things over.
Yeah, they'd love that. The guy loves wine. So he did
Wonderful.
that. But I'm not gonna, sit there the whole time. We're gonna let
Yes.
Harlan resolve that whole situation.
Well, maybe.
No, maybe.
I mean,
He's
he's not a
gonna-
negotiator, you know that, right? He's like an inventor, brilliant scientist, good fighter, not a people person.
No, all these things are true. Let's get back to something you said earlier about you said a door
Yes.
to the Grayskull Shadow.
Oh, glad you're not dead, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not dead.
I just assumed after a year that you would kick the bucket.
Good. I would like for as many people to think that I'm dead as possible.
Oh, well, I can help spread that rumor if you'd like.
Sure, yeah. Tell him I died. Tell him
Alright.
Lamont Quinlan got hit by a
An airship? No, you can't use that
Bird.
one. Hal already has it.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Hit by a cart or something, run over by a carriage,
We need Lamont Quinlan
found
dead.
dead in a sewer, ditch, rubbish heap. Not many convincing things. We'll just spread some things around.
Once we lock that in, the only thing left will be the terror.
Oh, good heavens. Like how everyone is suggesting ways for him to find. The tavern which strikes in the dark.
It's close. Yes.
I thought that was close to it. Is that what you've been doing for the past year?
I slept in the trash for a good
That's
month or
not
two.
unusual. So, anything
And,
new? Exciting?
Then I decided I wanted a shower, so I got one.
Wow. Impressive.
And I've kind of been putting myself back together. And
Yes, you don't reek as much as you used to.
no, I've been using several of the social services available in Iman.
Also, the inn that we have, perhaps?
No, has frequented some soup kitchens.
Oh! Delightful places. So good to help the unfortunate.
Yeah, very. Thank goodness those were there. You know, there was many a day where I didn't know where my next meal was going to come from. So spent a lot of time in there. Got to know a lot of the people in there.
Oh, which soup kitchens?
Oh, you know, pretty much all of them.
Ah, well then, the Guiding Light soup kitchens are
Familiar with those?
quite good.
Are they?
They are.
Yeah. How would you know?
Well, I founded them.
Did you know?
I did. I saw a need and I fulfilled it.
Sure. Well, that's the free market. At work. Yeah, some of the people that I like to have lunch with up there, they stopped coming around.
Oh, wonderful. That means they got jobs. Most likely.
They got what now?
Jobs.
Jobs.
There's an employment program through the Guiding Light soup kitchens.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yes. Helps people who are down on the luck and need a food, place to stay, and, you know, they would like jobs, and so companies and businesses can post their vacancies, and we, at the Guiding Light soup kitchens, give these employment opportunities to those in need of jobs and employment.
Of jobs and
Mhm.
employment. Right. Fascinating stuff. Well, so about that key to
Yes.
well, let me ask you with this door to our old HQ.
Yes.
How do I, seems like I should maybe have access to something like that. You know what I mean?
When
Nice.
you're being Lamont and not a guard, I can show you how it works.
At that point, before we end for the night, as Lamont wants the key and has told us about his past and started asking questions about Wendell's soup kitchens, we go outside to
Love
howl.
places.
You're standing outside steaming.
She's pacing. She's just like in front of the inn, just like if anybody's trying to come in, they see her and I assume they turn and walk away.
It's normal shoppers. This area, it's a very popular promenade with lots of like street shops and carts and things. Middle of the day, it's toning down. The early afternoons aren't as busy as the lunches and the dinners. But you hear a familiar voice come from the doorway. Howl,
Yeah, Nez.
are you all right?
No, I'm pretty mad.
I know. Well, we signed the contract.
Who the fuck does he think he is? Giving
Wh-
me shit for leaving. I asked Olivia if she wanted to come. She had responsibilities and things she wanted to do.
Yes.
Tima was supposed to look after her. Well, somebody in the temple.
Everyone, look, perception is about your position in the story. What you see is what's in front of you. You don't know all the ancillary things outside. It's nice that he was looking after her.
Yeah, and I said thank you. Angrily, but I still said thank you.
It
I
kind of
definitely
takes,
appreciate that nothing happened to her.
An angry thank you is not much of a real thank you.
Well, when I'm not angry, maybe I'll say thank you.
Dear.
I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm
Dear,
not mad
no,
at you.
it's
You.
okay. Outside of me, when are you not angry with other people?
The kids, I'm not angry. Well, except for Mo when he was doing like illegal shit. But
now he's very responsible.
He is. I'm so proud of him.
As I don't know for sure, but it seems like maybe Mr. Lamont Quinlan is being somewhat responsible too.
We'll see. Disappearing for a year and not saying a word doesn't sound very responsible.
We didn't talk for a very long time. And we were being responsible.
That's a little different. You shut up, Travis.
Well, why don't you come back inside? He's talking with Wendell now. You can try the key out. It seems like it worked.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Roger.
Okay, let's go inside, and maybe you'll find it in your heart to forgive Mr. Lamont and start over.
Not tonight.
He's going to be Uncle Lamont to Olivia for some time now.
Don't remind me.
It says a lot that she considers him family.
I know. And out of all three of them, she's definitely the smartest. So.
You're right.
I should probably ask her how she's doing at school.
Instead of being mad at Lamont for helping her when you weren't there.
Yeah.
Really.
I'm gonna stay mad tonight,
How?
and then maybe I'll talk to him tomorrow.
Darling, who are you really mad at?
A lot of people.
Okay.
Myself included.
There we go. So give me a hug and let's go inside and have a nice afternoon.
Fine. I give her a hug and then I do like the forehead kiss.
Right.
And then I go inside and I'm like, Wendell, give me the key.
She just smiles knowingly and just nods. The door closes on the crescent acorn, says again directly at producer Travis and Lamont Quinlan. And that's where we end it for tonight. So that was a lot of fun. We didn't quite get to the masquerade ball, but there was a lot to do in this town and there was a lot of introductions to see. So this has been fun. I'm glad we actually had a connection between Lamont and the other group. So we're going to go around and see what everybody else thought about tonight. So I'm just going to go around on Zoom on my screen here. So I'm going to go to my right on Zoom, and that's actually Igor. Igor, how do you feel about being in Port Damali? What'd you think?
I mean, Port Damali's cool. Igor would have to go out and enjoy it more. Sorry, been a little distracted. I got work stuff going on in the background with that for everybody. Sorry about that. But anyways, I liked listening to that, and I really liked how Lamont is handling this whole mysterious welcome back, but I'm not back type thing. I'm digging that a lot. That's probably my favorite part is that interaction. So anyways, yeah, Shining Pilot 206. Thanks everybody for watching.
All right, thank you. All right. So speaking of interesting interactions, Harlan Flipcloak, how's all that business going with you?
I hate it. No, I'm Harlan Flipcloak, or I'm D20 Coup de Grace. You can find me playing here Mondays, Tuesdays. We have an alien game coming up pretty soon, I think. And let's see. Favorite parts, Igor, just munching out before they go to have lunch. And then Lamont pretending to be the guard. Really funny. Anyways, thanks everyone.
Thank you. And speaking of our Lamont Quinlan guard, Zalazo, who can't say crescent acorn to save his life.
No.
How was your evening, sir?
It's good. I'm glad to do this. Yeah, it all just looks like Howl's Moving Castle in my head, front to back. Yes, I loved Igor and the food. I loved my favorite has to be Nezrin, Howl's patient and down to earth girlfriend who is so supportive and sweet, and Hal just doesn't deserve her, and it's really great. I'm sure nothing horrible will happen to them for their relationship to drive them apart. I'm sure it's going
If
to.
something does, Wendell's swooping in on one of them.
Yes. Hey, happy birthday to Lindy, everybody. Listen, Sarah Brown, I would walk into traffic for you. I did it for a long time. I'd do your jail time happily. And I just adore you. And I think you're just such a creative, awesome, amazing person. And I really appreciate all the opportunities that you've brought to my life and introducing me to these wonderful people. So I had a great time. I'll see you tomorrow. And yes, we're playing Aliens on Saturday. I'm not anxious about it. I don't know what your problem is. Back to you. God.
Thank you. Yeah, no anxiousness here about Aliens at all. And yeah, you know, you really hope nothing happens to this lovely couple of Nezrin and Hal. I mean, they're only trying to infiltrate an evil organization in the hotbed of their location in a strange country. I mean, nothing could go wrong. So why don't we check with Hal and see what we could find out going wrong? Hey, Hal.
Everything's gonna be fine. Okay. I have swords and Bahamut on my side. It'll be great.
That's fair.
I'm Nugatosaurus. I play Hal, the Shifter Fighter / Paladin on Mondays. Tuesdays, I normally play Ambar of Anastra, but we're kind of going through some shit right now. So I'm playing a Bubblegum Bard. And on Saturdays, the occasional Saturdays, I play Violet, the Synthetic Human, and I am super excited for this weekend. I can't wait. Aliens is one of my favorite games. I fucking love it. My favorite part, I have two. So my first favorite part was just Frank describing this whole city. Like, Travis is right. It just sounds like a Ghibli movie. Like, I fucking love it, and you're doing an awesome job, and I love this game. And then my second favorite part is just Harlan's like deadpan, just with everything. Like, nothing phases him, and I love it. It's fantastic, and I'm super excited for next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, Harlan's reactions to this entire thing has been absolutely hilarious. I'm going to go ahead and give my goodbyes before I pass it on to the birthday girl. So yes, wait, puppy wants up, so puppy gets up. There you go. So yes, I'm Deception Check. I'm the DM here. I had an absolute blast playing the male human DM in the game tonight. This has been really fun. You can find me here on Tuesdays playing a goth flautist bard. Oh, calm down now. And on Saturday this week, I'll be playing Hank Granger, who's having a really terribly, completely awful, really downright bad life at this point, and it's going great, and we'll just see what happens there. Favorite part tonight, I think Wendell with the contracts with Nezrin. I love that connection they have there. I think I was so happy to finally see Howell and Lamont get together. I was really happy to see Lamont talking to Wendell about the soup kitchens. Harlan being completely uncomfortable with everything I'm throwing at him is outstanding, and Igor eating everything in sight. That's group right there in a nutshell, and I love every second of it. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. I will pass it on now to the player behind Wendell, Eustace, Abernathy, Lucius, Throckbottle, Hassenpfeffer IV of the Havisham Hassenpfeffers.
Thank you. My favorite part about their name, aside from the fact that it spells wealth, is that there's like the perfect moment to take the breath before you say, of the Havisham Hassenpfeffers. It's just, it flows so well. I don't know. It's terrible, and I love it. So favorite parts, poor Harlan. Bless him. He's trying so hard. And then poor Hal, because she restrained from punching, but she still got real mad. And I know on the airship that Wendell was doing a lot of time writing and just relaxing, and I imagine that they were all spending a good bit of time in the rooms or just all on deck. So when Wendell and Nezrin do go be like, so now that we're here, let's discuss business, and how they get along like two peas in a pod. I love it. I love how Hal hates it, but knows these are just them in their business nerd modes, and it's just great, and I can't wait for more. Ugh, I don't know if Wendell's gonna love or hate the man, but I can't wait to find out. And yeah, just super fun times with everybody, and it's great. I missed these characters, and I cannot wait for other things like tomorrow night on Mists of Ravenloft, where we have some super fun characters, and I believe there was the killing room, the murder room, that some people may have been told was the party room. They were lied to. I'm sure that will go fine, and that nothing else terrible will happen while they're looking for the crown of soldiers, and Ron is looking for a crown of souls. It's gonna be great. They're gonna just have just heaps of fun, happy fun times. And then on Friday we'll have Aether's Walkway, which is very exciting. You should definitely check that out. We're about to commandeer a ship after our ship crashed. Then the enemies are all chasing us. They all left their ship to chase after us, so we ran in a circle, and now we're gonna steal their ship. So that'll be fun. And then, of course, Saturday, for the premiere of Season 2 of Aliens, we've got some fun surprises and just super awesome, exciting, fun times. Stressful times for our crew, because they have a ship to fix up, and they've been told someone's coming in like 36 hours, but it's fine. Everything's fine. McKeelson really wants to drink this mystery blue liquid, but I think it's probably not a good idea. I also kind of want to drink it, but we'll see what happens. It's a time. You should definitely check it out. We are so thrilled about it. And, yeah, I think we'll be announcing some more fun things on Saturday with Aliens. I think that'll be a good time to get some things. With the premiere, why not announce some announcements? So, thank you all so much for hanging out and watching. We hope to see you again next week. And until then, have fun and play games. We will catch you guys next time.